What is up, Crocs and Clan members, Pokemon fans, and others who are still on this video? I'm SoresanCrockxen, and today we have the obligatory Pikachu Goes Insane episode. That's literally what it is. It's the episode, essentially in every single season, or each generation of Pokemon, there's always been an episode where Pikachu is controlled by electric waves or some kind of electrical conduction shit. Basically, it's an episode where all electric types are just completely insane because of some sort of magnetic energy or some whatnot. I like the fact that they didn't make it Pikachu centered, which meant that as much as I like Ash, because we've seen this episode or this style episode done so many times before, it's kind of nice to have a fresh take on it. Because this time we were not focused on Ash, we're focused on Clemont and Luxio, which was awesome. So they actually go into the power plant. One of the only places in the entire game we were not allowed to enter. Like literally, if you guys remember, every single entrance to the power plant was closed off, meaning that we had no access to this area. So I guess it's nice to see how the anime is like, oh, fuck you guys, we can go in there because we know how to do it. So all the Pokemon get, all the Dene, Clemont, Luxio, and Pikachu all get basically controlled, and they like leave. The power plants, I guess, like Clemont designed the programming for the power plant. So essentially it's supposed to take energy from space via satellite, which transmits it as magnetic waves, which goes into a conductor that charges up in there, and then that sends the energy and electricity to Lumio City. So he designed that. The antenna that's supposed to receive the waves from space, from the satellite, is actually pointing down, which automatically means that that's what's causing the Pokemon to go fucking insane. They get to the door. As always, there's freaking like 50 different Pokemon in there, but they're all electric types. They go in there, and then Ash and the gang end up, or Clemont, because Clemont knows this place. They go to, like, I guess it's the vents, like the fan vents, or like the vents that have the giant fan that's like spinning and spinning and spinning. Frogadier like stops it. They go in. They find the crew who's actually tied up. They explain Team Rocket's involved. Well, they don't say Team Rocket, but when they describe them, we know it's Team Rocket, and the gang knows it's Team Rocket. So they decide they have to find the conductor room. But they can't, because they can't get to the control room because that's where Team Rocket is. But they can get to the conductor room. So the three engineers decide to go to like another, I guess like the sub control room, to open the door so Ash and the gang can get to the conductor room, because that's where all the Pokemon are. And like so first off, they gotta break down the door they're in, right? So we have Bunnelby, Hawlucha, and Pancham. Finally, Serena uses that damn thing. As much as I love Fennekin, or Braxton, because right now it's a Braxton, she only ever uses Flamethrower. That's the only move Serena remembers she has. But regardless, they break down the door and then they book it. They get to the area, they go in, and they like hide behind a pillar. But Team Rocket saw them. I guess they have a camera in there. I don't know how the fuck that works. And they start talking about their plan and all this other stuff. And then they get out, and then Ash is asking if it's time. We'll ask Clemont if it's time. Apparently, we didn't see this because we couldn't see it while it was happening. We had to wait for like the flashback of it, even though it was the same fucking episode. The engineers tell them that they're gonna go in the control room to cause the electricity to kind of overcharge, turning red, and then Clemont would have to do something in order to like overload the system, and then it would kind of basically make it dead for a couple seconds, and then they would have to rescue the Pokemon. They would have to fix everything in time. So they're like, it's not time yet. And so like Pikachu comes forward and he starts thunderbolting Ash. Like he just getting blown away. And then I was like, okay, here we go. The standard Ash Pikachu moment where literally Ash is able to get to Pikachu and like make him snap out of it because their trust and love is so strong. Which is not, I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, like I said, it's just that we've seen it done so many times. They didn't do that, and I was like, that's awesome. Like, that's great. Like, but then I was like, okay, so how are they going to do it? They had Luxio actually, bust in and like, they basically tackled Ash down. And then Clement's like, no, Luxio. And then I'm like, oh, I get it. They're not going to have Ash do it. They're going to pull an Ash. They're going to have Clement pull an Ash. That's literally what happened. Clement pulled an Ash by literally getting in the way of Luxio, having Luxio bite him right in the shoulder. He used Thunder Fang right on Clement's shoulder. And I was like, I mean, I'm happy that they did it different. That is the thing. But I just have to wonder, why is everybody in X and Y pulling an Ash all of a sudden? Serena's done this before, and now we have Clement. Next, we're going to see Bonnie pull some Ash shit out of her ass. I mean, I love Bonnie, like, she's my favorite character, but I would still be concerned if they made her pull an Ash. But, like, Luxio's literally, like, gnawing on his shoulder, and then Clement's doing the typical Ash thing where he starts apologizing to Luxio and how he knows he's in so much pain, and just the standard typical stuff. That's basically what was going on. The lights turn red, meaning that it's time. They have to overload the system now. And so Clement's like, okay, Luxio, just use discharge. That's all I ask. And Luxio used discharge, causing the overload, causing the system to crash for a couple seconds. All the Pokemon lose their control, or the Pokemon control is gone. The Dene goes with Bonnie, Pikachu goes with Ash. Clement basically is about to pass out, so Luxio like catches him, and then it evolves into a powerful Luxray that was legit. Like he literally evolved holding up Clement, so it was like really cool how they made it to where like Luxio was like growing, because Luxray is a lot bigger than Luxio, and you just see Clement being pushed up because his legs are longer, so he's higher up, and he's like, oh shit, and then and he learns electric terrain, which powers up all electric moves. Now James is able to get the system back up. Awesome. Unfortunately, Luxray is a badass, and he literally just busts all the freaking antennas that are in the room, meaning that they can't control the Pokemon anymore. And because of the way electric terrain works, all electric type attacks are now boosted. So Pikachu, the Dene, Luxray, the Magnezone that was in there. There was a lot of Voltorbs and Electrodes and Pachirisus. Every electric type in the freaking building just blew Team Rocket away. Just blew Team Rocket right out of the fucking place. And so, thank goodness there's a backup. There's a backup generator, and it's what's right now running to keep the Lumio City, basically lit. And so I guess like the head engineer, he's gonna go to Lumio City because I guess he's got to talk to like a chief, or I don't even know who the fuck he's gonna talk about. The point is, Clement decides to leave the group. Like he's ditching them, right? Him and Luxray like go, and like Ash and Serena and Bonnie are like, well, we'll just go with you. I'm like, no, I need some time alone so I can train and reflect on my stuff, so that when you get to the gym battle, I'll be able to give you the gym battle that you deserve and the gym battle that you need to have. And Ash is like, oh, okay, I get it. But don't worry, I'm still gonna win. I was like, oh, no, I'm still gonna win. It was a nice bro moment. I loved Ash and Clement together. Like that, like their bro-ness is just awesome. I guess that's really, I mean, that should be a video for future. But anyways, so Clement's about to leave, and then he's like, Serena, can you please take care of Bonnie while I'm gone? And then Bonnie's like crying over here because she doesn't want to leave her brother. She's like, I'm a big girl, I can take care of myself. And then Clement leaves in the helicopter, and then the gang's going. I know that next week's episode is a Team Rocket Center one with Jesse and Wobble Fett and stuff like that. I don't know how excited I am about that. The one thing that I was like, as soon as the episode ended, I was like, wait a minute, Clement's the one that cooks. So how the fuck are they gonna eat? Like, Serena can't cook for shit because she does desserts. She can't cook a meal. Bonnie's a little girl, and Ash has never cooked in his life. So I'm like, who the fuck is gonna make the meals? Because the gym battle is not for another like 5-6 episodes, if I recall. So literally, who is gonna be cooking the food? They're probably gonna have to be halves. They're probably gonna make it to where in every episode from now until then they're gonna run into somebody who will be making the food for them. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But that's an interesting thought. I bet nobody questioned that when they saw this shit in Japanese. But yeah, so I can't wait for this gym battle. It honestly is gonna be one of my favorites. I can already tell you that. I guess we're looking forward to the Team Rocket one. I don't know how I feel about a Jesse Wobble Fett centered episode. But we'll see how that works. Anyways, guys, as always, link in the description where you can watch the episode. And as always, I gotta remind you guys, since it's really early in the morning still, the episode's probably not gonna be up for a little while longer. Also, I'm gonna be playing Splatoon later again. They're doing another Global Fest at noon Pacific time, which means it's gonna be like 3 o'clock my time. It is a whiles away. But if you guys do see me, it's gonna be Soresan, so obviously. But if you do see me, make sure to let me know via Google Plus, Twitter, or on the Facebook fan page, anywhere. I want to know if I meet you guys online. And I hope we get to play together. But anyways, guys, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like, comment, all that good shit. I'm SoresanCrockxen, and I'll see you guys in future videos.